beautiful family, beautiful rising, good afternoon, and or lovely evening to you, wherever you are, depending on the location of your rotation. So welcome or welcome back to another auric field affirmation. Well, auric field of the etheric body affirmation. There we go. Yes, it is day two, affirmation number two. And today we have, so remember to always check out the healing symbol. And I will take a picture of the cards and like make it big and then have it maybe go down here or something. But yeah, so I'm so excited to be doing these. All right, so let's just dive right in. So it says, I completely and joyfully return all of the life forces for which I have no use to the creation. I completely and joyfully return all of the life forces for which I have no use to the creation. So basically, it's all about getting rid of any energies that you no longer need. So, um, yeah, let's read this and then we'll talk more about it. So, it says the meaning of this card. This relates to detoxification on the most physical level of the aura. This is closely connected with the musculature and the split off suppressed emotions stored there in the form of tensions. Only when you always give back all the energies that you no longer require to creation will there be enough space for those that you need. However, in order to do this, you must physically express your emotions and show them to others. I don't know if you really need to show them to others. Maybe, I guess, like it kind of seems like it's like a passing on if you do that. But I feel like just as long as you express your emotions, like just if you feel like crying, then cry. If you feel like yelling, then like yell, you know. You don't have to go into like a park or a crowded place and just be like, I'm expressing my emotions. Like, I don't feel like that is something that's necessary. I do feel that it's really important to get them out. Okay, so by doing this, you are giving other beings, a great gift. Just because you cannot use something doesn't mean that it won't be useful to others. Trees, for example, absorb the carbon dioxide that people and animals exhale and release the oxygen that they cannot utilize as plants. On the other hand, human beings and animals live from this oxygen. Be aware of this principle and act in keeping with it. Try to express your emotions in a meaningful, useful way instead of attempting to not show the emotions that you consider to be wrong. That reminds me of I was on TikTok the other day and there was I want to say, I'm going to call him a kid, but there was a kid on there who was like crying and just saying how it is so hard for him to not have any family support and to, have his family be so terrible to him and all of that. And like, I could resonate with him because like, I know what it's like he's walking the solo path of the one that's doing breaking the generational curses. And whenever we are that, we're born into a family that is going to make that hard to do because they are so set in their ways, and those generational curses are so deep that the people around us or the family that we have around us doesn't recognize them. All that they recognize is that we're not doing what they feel like we should be doing. So because of that, like a lot of us get shit talked about us or treated differently or like ignored or shunned or whatever. But I mean, and it sucks, but that is part of the process. That is part of the breaking of these curses because that is part, like, it's just part of the breaking. And I mean, yeah. And it's difficult to reach that point where you are ready to detach because, we are programmed to believe, oh, family, we have to do everything for family and everything like that. But that's also part of the trap because every single person in your family is their own individual soul that is here to work on whatever it is that they need to. And though they are the family of origin that you have been born into, when you are the one that is breaking the curses, you have to disconnect from all of that because we are not here to be like everybody else. We're not here to be stuck in the same box that they are. We are here to be the ones that have crawled out of that crab bucket before anybody else tries to bring us back down. Um, so yeah, and so I was thinking again, like back about what it says about expressing your emotions in front of others, and that's when like that boy had popped into my head. And when you, so I said to just do it, by yourself, and that's fine, because I do feel like that is fine. But I do realize that when you are doing it in front of others, then that is another level of vulnerability that you are opening yourself up to. So, however you decide to do it, whatever makes you feel more comfortable, maybe you start just expressing your emotions by yourself, and then once you feel comfortable, you start expressing them, to others. And so, if it's got to be a process for you, then just allow it to be a process. Okay, so it says, okay, let's go back. So it says, try to express your emotions in a meaningful, useful way instead of attempting to not show the emotions that you consider to be wrong. The process addressed in by this card is very closely related to truthfulness and the decision for your personal path in life. Wherever you belong will also have the appropriate space for your emotions, and they will be welcomed there. So, the healing stone is tiger's eye and dumortierite. The fragrance essence is patchouli, and the Bach flower is rock water. So I do feel, let me say, let's read water, rock water, because I feel like that is exactly what it says, rocks, water. Um, so it says, for rock water, water from a natural mineral spring charged with sunlight, and then it says it has a aesthetic character, excessive self-discipline and fanaticism, dogmatism, martyrdom, and self-torment. Very interesting. So, let me see, it's talking about rock water. And so, if it's from a natural mineral spring, that is the rocks. Yeah, that's the rock part of the rock water. Um, so, yeah, charged with sunlight, and that's the characteristics of rock water. So, yeah, so to, if this is a series that you like, maybe write down each one of these affirmations for, and, like put down, auric field of the etheric body, put, write down these affirmations, maybe come up with your own that are standing out for you. So whatever it is that you need to heal on your own, in your own personal etheric body and such. But otherwise, yeah, I am going to move on to video number 3 and start editing these. And yeah, so I hope you all found something that resonates with you from this message. And already I'm super loving it, and I hope that you are loving this series as well. So thank you so very much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.